everyone, and welcome once again to the Quantum Cafe and the Interstellar Lounge with your host here, the Cosmic Messenger. Thank you for joining again and coming, if it's your first time, landing in this space pod, this container of metaphysical wisdoms, insights, and information that pull together all of the different aspects of the multiverse, the totality of who we are, and bring it into form so that it can be discussed, unraveled, decoded, as we bring in all these multidimensional wisdoms about a variety of topics at hand. There's no subject that's off limits. When it comes to quantum healing, to 12-strand DNA or ascended masters, they are all included into the mix. I hope everybody's having an amazing time during Aquarius season as well, too. We're in the age of Aquarius. The sun's in Aquarius. Who knows, by the time I post the video, we're kind of getting closer as I'm recording to the end of that sequence of events, that celestial alignment, okay? Now, big changes all around us and lots of stuff happening. Before I get into the subject of today, I just wanted to show everybody, and I've brought it on before, but I got the 50-person bulk order done for my Metamorphosis Oracle, its first one, and I've been handing out all the copies to the wonderful Earthlings who have purchased them, and also sending them out around the planet. Deep gratitude for that. Now I ordered 10 extra copies. Who wants one? Normally they're $222 if we order one copy, because I have a one-stop shop online where you can buy them in bulk tiers, right? The more you buy, the cheaper it gets, from one copy right down to 15,000. But there's stops along the way, like 6 copies, I think 12, 25, 50, and 100. So they're normally $222. 50 found like a good marking point, and I got them down to 99, right? This deck is off the charts. So this is Metamorphosis Oracle right here. Took me 2.5 solar years and 2,500 hours to create. All the symbols on there are intentional. I have a video right on the front of my page when you come with the unboxing. Full on, and then the back side I did it exactly like it'd be sold in a shop. Pretty interstellar, right? And then it's a magnetic book box. So it sticks to the side. I wanted to go premium. And alchemical transformation awaits. There's some beautiful messages, and then my logo inside as well too. So you get the magnetic book box. You get a 187-page harmonic spiritual guidebook. This book is amazing, right? All sorts of wisdoms inside here. I wrote the whole thing myself. You get 2 pages per card, and then a majestic activation and embodiment practice. And I will say, no 2 of those practices are the same. They put you to divine work, and when you're done reading the 2 pages per each card, it feels like you went to another dimension. If you're just starting out, though, you can easily work with the deck. And people ask me all the time, what do I do with the deck? Do whatever you want with it. Lay in its frequencies and put a grid around your body. Ask it a question. Maybe pull out some for the season or the month that you're working on, and it's going to show you inside of yourself what multidimensional aspects are wanting to be healed and upgraded at this time, because its main focus is turning on all of your metaphysical parts in very practical ways. And then you get 55 jumbo premium cards. That's the backside for them, right? So you get 55 of these guys, which is pretty awesome. And we got a whole bunch of different cards. I'm not going to go through them all, but like 5th dimensional super consciousness, right? The 12D rainbow and diamond crystalline templates. What are the 144 avatar codes, right? And what we're coming up with my next frequency bath next weekend on February 22nd is the 2222 higher consciousness codes. There's one for exiting the matrix, right? You want to unravel the Akashic records and the cosmic internet. What is it like to go through alchemical transformation? I mean, like, when you look at these cards, you can scry into them for hours. Energy encoded digital cosmic collage artwork. They're absolutely incredible. So if anybody wants one, I'm an email away, thecosmicmessenger33@gmail.com. You pay for shipping if you're out of town, and I'll mail it right to you with tracking and insurance included, so that if anything goes missing and you file a claim, I can assist you to getting that money back, okay? But it's not going to happen, because everything's going to be encoded and done with the sacred ceremony before it's shipped, right? I'll package them up all lovely for you and send them your way. Okay. Now, the divine topic that I wanted to talk about today is one that's, we were talking earlier about the age of Aquarius, right? So I want to talk about metaphysical modalities and languages that make up the whole of our reality. And that's what the age of Aquarius is all about. I mean, it goes even more cosmic and seeing the whole picture when we get into Pisces. Age of Aquarius and the sun that we're in right now, sun in Aquarius, is all about society at large, okay? And our independent approach within that society. And I want to talk about how different modalities interact with the human field and actually make up the whole of everything. So when we're done this broadcast, I'm not saying that you only use one modality and it's going to take care of everything, but I do want to remind the collective that a lot of our metaphysical modalities that do energy healing actually go in and work on the totality of the entire universe. Everything that makes up the human existence, all of who we are, is then built into these modalities, okay? So the first one I want to start off with is crystals. Okay, the crystal, gemstone, and mineral kingdoms. These crystals have been forming on this planet for countless eons through timeless dimensions, all sorts of different timelines and versions of Earth, parallel Earth, and all sorts of creations. Now, when we take the crystals and we work with one, if we dive deep into its sacred medicines, what do we find? We find that that one crystal heals, works on, activates, or is acting as a catalyst for a wide variety of things that we experience. Okay? You could have green apophyllite. I have a video on that one where it opens up the Akashic records, boosts the healing current during a session, etc., etc. Right? You can have selenite, which helps, regulate the nervous system. Chalcedony for calming things down in the body when we have a lot of blood pressure or inflammation, right? So it's by taking all of these crystals, I'm not saying use them all at the same time and bury yourself in them, which would be actually kind of cool, but it's all of those crystals combined that make up the healing for all of us, and that's why we need them. So each crystal is a puzzle piece, an integration into the whole. And we need all of them together. So wherever they're located on the planet, deep underground or close to the surface, these crystals are memory banks that are gathering information on a consistent, regular basis. And over the course of linear time, I'm speaking only, Earth linear time on this timeline, because it's all quantum, right? Solar years that we go around the sun, however that works, it brings in millions of solar years, if not billions, of calculating the human existence on this planet and then rewiring it and showcasing all of the memory banks, coding them, and preparing them to help us work through any complications or enhance any supernatural occurrences as well too. Both the positive and the negative come into play. Now, when we incarnate, we can pick all these different timelines we want to incarnate into for the amount of work that we've done in whatever dimension we've been to, and we unlock what's called Hova bodies, which open up more dimensions of the universe. So if we can pick any timeline we want, and many of us came from the future right now back to the past to help repair what's going on Earth and raise the vibration, if we can come back that many times, right, this timeline might still be continuously moving. It is on a trajectory, but if somebody comes from the future back to the past and loops that numerous times, if we've been on this planet for no less than 500 million years from our grail lines, right, then for those who have come back even multiple times on top of that, then this timeline has been going on for, quite frankly, almost infinity. Things do have an ending and a change of forms. And so the crystals are gathering all that information and that consciousness for what's needed in that region. And that region is also doing collective work. What's going on, I'm beyond countries, their names and titles, but what's going on in Canada, North America, is going to be a little bit different of an equation of what's going on, let's say, in South Africa or Indonesia. The main focus is that during this age of Aquarius, we're kind of returning to the human family being all one mixed in. And because of the current kind of like matrix that we're in, we kind of have these global systems that are bringing a lot of like, yeah, automaton robotic stuff, but also the same things are being experienced no matter where we go, which is quite fascinating. And so the crystals bring out that energy. A lot of them heal emotions, physical, mental, spiritual aspects of our being. They tone our nervous system. They help us activate our light body. And so by working with a large variety of them, then you start to bring in the totality of who you are. Whether you're super cosmic earthling at this point, we all technically are, or our awareness is pointed directly into 3D, that's okay too. Let's say we're eating junk food, or we're walking down the street, or going to nature. There's a crystal that can help with those experiences. Maybe we're upset at our family for some reason. There's a crystal that can address that, right? See where I'm going with it? It's all of them together that pull in those multidimensional frequencies, okay? Another one, for instance, is Reiki. Healing of hands go on the body, and universal life force energy is emitted from the practitioner. The client's laying on a treatment table, sitting in a chair. However you choose to go about it is your choice. Reiki doesn't just heal one thing at a time. It brings in the multiverse of all of them combined. So I might be working on, I'll talk about my own experiences. So if I'm working with a client and we're having a lot of mental chatter, it's going off really fast. So I'm working on the head to bring that down and to soothe. Well, simultaneously, we're addressing the mental thoughts, the memories, the vignettes, the videos that are running through the mind's eye. Just being on the head helps with sleep, regulating the nervous system, helping with tension and pressure in the mind, which keeps a higher catalyst for migraines and headaches to stay at bay. You're doing deep cellular work. You're tapping into your pineal gland and your third eye, and the wisdoms that come forth from our own innate clairvoyancy. And more. And that's just by working on one hand position on the head. So you have those aspects playing as well too, right? And by the time the Reiki practitioner goes from the head all the way down to the feet, flips the body over, does the entire backside as well too, we've just, from each hand position that was engaged with, we've got a whole multitude of your entire reality being addressed in a one-stop shop. It's pretty amazing stuff. Now you want to combine these modalities, bring in the crystals with the universal life force energy, and then it takes it to another octave. But even just Reiki by itself is doing wonders. Back to those hand positions that were on the head, helping with excessive mental chatter, there may be emotions that come up, or the soul starts to speak. And all of these things bring in the wholeness and the uniqueness of who we truly are. These are aspects of our reality where each one's addressed. The thing is, we want to use all of these different aspects of each modality because there's certain areas that it's masterful in, right? Golden Healer Quartz is going to be fantastic for turning on your light body far more than a lot of other crystals. And there is other ones that do that too, right? But if we're wanting to unify the chakra system, then we bring in Super 7 crystal because it's a specialist in that very department. And same with the hand positions. Depending where they're located on the body, becomes a specialist in that general region. But when we're affecting one spot, we're affecting the whole. Hence why Auralite 23 crystal in Thunder Bay can still have an impact over here where I am on Vancouver Island. It's all kind of relative to its macrocosm and its microcosm, uniting into form, right? And it starts to speak. And through the Reiki modality, it can even bring up aspects of like, ooh, pull in that crystal right now that's going to be very supportive. And then you do your research after, and if you already know the crystals, you're good to go. You research after, and you're like, that's why it totally lined up, right? Sometimes we, through experience and mastery, will eventually pick some higher vibrational crystals that would do an even better job in that area, but it's helping us out in the now. Our natural intuition is so powerful, okay? Now the next one is essential oils. Look at those. They're amazing, which you could also say essential oils and plant kingdom all at the same time. The herbalist, The masterful plants and their spiritual qualities, there's thousands of essential oils. Well, which one do I use and which one do I go for? Each one holds a different piece of our reality. If we think, especially outside of non-physical, what can't it address? There's essential oils or plants, because the essential oils are made from the plants, right? They carry a vibration and a frequency. And there's so many plants on this planet, because all of them make up the whole. My business partner, Hillary, that I work with in the space currently, she is a Western medical herbalist. And I've gone on hikes with her before, and when we're walking around, see certain plants that aren't always normally around. They might be in less quantity. In certain seasons, they will expand and grow all over the place, like skunk cabbage. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, and it's bringing up a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in the collective, showing us where we're at. You take each one of these essential oils, and you use them for different stuff. One might be for beautifying your skin, another one may be anti-cancerous. You may have another one for opening up the bloodlines that connect to your parents' lines, or helping you relax into a parasympathetic state through aromatherapy, which is a whole nother modality in itself, but the essential oils go in that realm, and the plant spirit medicines like a tincture for everything. The more the practitioner knows in the field, the more things can be addressed. It's actually quite spectacular to watch this all play out, because then when you dive in and have a whole toolkit, do you have to have them all? Of course not. But if you have one or two, that's fantastic. But like growing our toolkits a little bit more and making them more robust and putting an extra few in there can really help with a lot of stuff. These aren't the exact ones you need to get, but you could use lavender, right, for activating our third eye and calming things down, right? You could bring in frankincense for creating a strong auric field around your body. Get some tea tree oil on hand, mix that with a little bit of oil, lay it on this carrier oil, lay on the side, just one single drop, put it in your ear, cotton ball on top when you have an ear infection, wait about 20-25 minutes, and it goes away much quicker. See where I'm going with this? And you can just unravel them as you need them. Rose to beautify your space and connect into the heart medicine, right? Sometimes we can't forgive ourselves for some of the actions that have taken place. There is no judgments in the universe. There's only acceleration through what we learn. And we will choose to put ourselves into scenarios where we have an opportunity to learn and grow from that point. So just the plant kingdom alone that grows all over this planet is filled with every possible medicine to heal absolutely anything with the right frequency, combination of metaphysical tools and lifestyle choices, plus a supportive environment, is a recipe for super harmonic health. Okay? Now, the next one that I love is astrology. Yeah, my sun sign's in Leo. I am so Leo, and I got my ascendant in, Capricorn, and my moon's in Cancer. And that's who I am. That's what I am. Well, for instance, you're the totality of all your incarnations, plus what you're experiencing now, and your sun sign, rising and moon, play a big impact on who you are. They're influencing a lot and co-creating with us, and we're influencing it too, because we're doing a dance with the planets. We're growing together and evolving together, right? But you're not just those three things. You're the entire astrology wheel, and any other astrology signs we haven't found at this time. You are all of the planets, the asteroids and the comets and Black Moon, Lilith, the nodal positions, and more. You're the 4 cardinal points, right? Ascendant, descendant, nadir, midheaven. You're all of that stuff combined. You're all of the planets together that make up the whole of you. And the mastery of all of them combined takes us to that next octave of living, just like the crystals, just like the Reiki, just like the plants. They not only heal stuff in the body, but they show us where we need to move for our next steps in our soul's evolution. Take, for instance, if we have a big astrological alignment, okay? 5 planets lined up, they're doing a super sequence, and let's say they're all conjunct, working together. And then you have your astrology chart of, You know, your blueprint of who you are in this lifetime, and then you have your oversoul that's experiencing other blueprints on other planets and on this planet at different time sequences, and sometimes in this one. And then you have everybody else's charts all combined, plus our global chart, relationship charts, transits, all interacting at the same time. That's a whole lot of stuff. And if we focus too much on our favorite ones, being drawn to something in a powerful way, you go with that. Highly recommend. But if we bring them all in and learn what Mars is all about and Venus, and you combine them together, you have an entire write-up of the human field, like human design, right? And it brings in all those aspects of all of our experiences, how we like to act, the ways our character shows itself. Do we have lots of endurance? Are we super strong? Are we reserved with our emotions, right? How do we unlock that? If I'm not reserved with my emotions, but somebody else is, I can empathically learn through that. But there is planetary influences that are bringing these energies. If Earth is one planet, and it's, as they say, a speck in the solar system, speck in the universe, then how wouldn't all that other space around it, within 100 million mile radius in 3D lens looking at it, as we go up dimensions, things get a little bit closer and easier to travel to. And then that's what we're working with. A whole bunch of influence going all around us, and we're influencing it too as well. Here's another one, Kundalini Yoga. What a fantastic technology that took a whole bunch of different types of yoga before it, combined it with the ancient teachings of Kriya Yoga, and brought a whole bunch of spirituality into a cohesive form, right? You're not just doing a few exercises to stretch your body and connect into simple mind, body, and spirit. You're literally being told in class, like, we're working on the heart chakra now, and we're toning the nervous system. The next one is to get rid of unwanted thoughts. And here's another exercise that can help detoxify using the liver as a meridian line. It's bringing in all those channels simultaneously. And when you finish one class, you've worked on quite a bit of stuff in your human body. Your tendons, your muscles, your prana, your kundalini flow. Sometimes you get messages while you're in the middle of class, and then you finish a whole sequence of 6 to 8 sessions, which is usually a container that the teachers like to teach in, and then combining all those kriyas, sets of exercises you did per class. That's a whole lot of healing going on right there, right? It's pretty incredible. You're doing mantras and mudras and chanting. That makes up a lot of our reality in our hand positions, all the different ones that we do, right? They all bring in form something else to communicate in with the human body. Let's take esoteric acupuncture, which is acupuncture as we know it, and the next level up. And that next level up is incredible because it works with high-level crystalline templates and energetics. All acupuncture is a template on the body, a series of points that connect meridian lines together to activate and heal the human vessel. And esoteric acupuncture puts the spirituality component right at the forefront and helps us through the ascension process. What an amazing modality. I don't know how many practitioners there are around the world, but if you ever do get a chance to experience it, it is absolutely incredible. And through activating all these different meridian points on the body, you know, we might be relaxing for some physical pain or healing some deep traumas, but then simultaneously we're activating our core star at the center of our chest, or maybe turning on our wingmaker frequencies on our backside, or a clarity pattern. There's so many to do. And we have 72,000 entrance points energetically onto the body. And hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of main meridian points and extraordinary vessels, right? I think there's around 8 of those. And so it's incredible wisdom. And when we just do that tiny little point on the body and focus that energy in, then we bring up a multitude of stuff that we do. It could even just be I'm angry and I loop out like this in the mornings. It can help address that stuff. Brings those patterns up to be seen, just like the crystals and the plants do too. Again, you can combine all of these different modalities. We got to look at them more as they're not truly one-stop shops, But we are developing a lot of modalities where you can take care of a lot of business in a one-stop shop in a central key zone. It's absolutely incredible. So I want you to really look at that when you see a modality, is how everything brings up the whole, right? Earth is united as one cohesive being that is speaking to itself. It's like the mycelium of the mushrooms that can speak to each other from other ends of the planet, and those webs are absolutely humongous. Fungus is one of the biggest. Mushroom mycelium is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, organism on this entire planet. And it's completely alive, right? And not everything that we interact with has to be that I took it in my mouth, I put it on my body, I punctured myself this way, acupuncture, right? A lot of it can be done in and around the body, or as simple as requesting permission from the plant that you just like to gently touch its leaf and work with its frequencies that way too, okay? And if we took all other modalities away, my final one before I let you go, the human vessel right here, completely as it is the master vessel naturally for giving you all the messages that it requires for what healing modalities to go to, or also just how to take care of it yourself. Every organ, muscle, part of your body is a sacred messaging machine. Deep gratitude to everybody who tuned in today. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to share all of these multidimensional frequencies with you. And I look forward to chatting with everyone once again, and have a most beautiful cosmic day. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everyone.